Hey everybody. Welcome to R&M Book Club.
Woo!
My name is Maddie. I'm co-hosting with my best friend here.
And I'm Rye.
Rye here likes to read a lot of books, and I'm a really mediocre reader. So the purpose of this podcast is for Rye to explain all the plots to me so that I don't really have to read them, and hopefully neither do you guys.
Beautiful.
Anything to add?
I also just need to talk about the books I read, and this
Yeah.
is a great way to do it.
Yeah.
Because now I
Exactly.
can talk about it to all of you.
Yes. And we just really thought everybody needs to hear our voices.
Yeah. So
It's the year of narcissism. And this is the best way to do it.
we just like to hear ourselves talk.
We do. That's the point.
So yeah, a little bit about us. I work at a bookstore. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
A bookstore full of books.
It's got a lot of books in there.
Yeah. How many books have you read this year?
Oh, this year, I want to say over 50,
Holy shit.
but I need to look at my Goodreads.
And what was your
My goal?
goal? Yeah, what's your record?
Okay, so my goal this year was to read 45 books, and I'm at 60.
Okay.
My record was last year, and I read 80 books. So,
Oh my god.
but I will also say it's not just reading the books. I'm also audiobooking them.
Hey, that counts.
I agree.
100%.
Agreed.
Because
Because
the
I still
same
know the
content.
thing, you know? I'm getting the knowledge,
what are you
So-
supposed to do if you don't have eyes?
right? I can't read and drive.
Right? What are you supposed to do if you have, like, dyslexia?
Exactly.
Right? Like, that's what they're for.
That's why I use them.
Another way to read a book.
Mm-hmm.
So that counts. I've read maybe 10 books this year.
I've been trying to tell Maddie to get Goodreads for ages now, and it's...
Hey, I have one.
But do you use it? What's the point?
Okay, I've read 14 books.
That's pretty good. Do you know
That's-
how many you read last year?
No chance. No way. Maybe I'm sure it was under 10.
Okay,
Like maybe a book a month. Maybe.
that's pretty good.
At the most.
And what are you reading right now?
Right now I'm reading The Secret History by Donna Tartt.
Oh, what a wonderful book.
It's one of your favorites, no?
It is. That would be correct. I've read it twice. Actually, I've read it, and then I've audiobooked it, and now maybe I'm audiobooking it again.
Well, we have to be able to talk about
We
it
do.
when I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm about 3/4 of the way through this book, and I am obsessed. I get it.
For those that don't know, it is Dark Academia. Our narrator, Richard Papin, he is a Californian, and he decides to go to where does he go?
Hampton
College
in Vermont.
in Vermont.
Yeah.
So
Big
across
mistake. Huge.
huge
That's
mistake.
his first mistake.
Yeah. So he goes and he has been studying Greek for the last 2 years, so he wants to continue studying Greek.
Yeah.
However, the teacher only accepts 5 students for some reason. And
I don't even know if he had like a number specific.
no, I don't think he did.
It's based on vibes.
Vibes alone.
Like
and
if you're cool and interesting and probably a little rich, he'll take
you're
you.
in.
Yeah.
And so Richard is like, I need to be a part of this group.
Oh, obviously. I would too.
Yeah.
100%.
And also all of the people in the group are like very mysterious and cool. Like the way that Richard describes them is like, I don't know, like it kind of gives like Bella describing the Cullens in Twilight.
Yes, like obsessed.
Obsessed. Like he has to be friends with them.
They all sound hot and interesting and smart and
Yeah.
rich.
And rich.
Again.
But so yeah, he ends up joining this Greek club, and then chaos ensues, murder happens.
That's what they don't tell you.
That's what they
Is
don't
that
tell you.
If you're from the West Coast and you move to the East Coast,
You're joining a cult and you're
have-
murdering
you
people.
have to engage in murder. That's
Yeah.
in the rule book, and unfortunately, nobody told Richard, so
Yeah.
he has to engage in murder. So that's
So
what's
that's the book.
happening. Yeah. What are you reading right now?
Well, I'm in the middle of I
How many are you reading right now?
well, okay, so to start, I'm listening to The King Must Die by Mary Renault, and it is a historical fiction retelling of Theseus's story, who is a Greek mythology character.
Classic. The guy with the ship.
The guy with the ship.
Yeah.
He didn't change the flag, so his father killed himself.
Whoa.
Did you not know that?
I don't know about this
Oh
one.
my god.
I just know he took like all the same parts of the ship and built a different one, but is it still the same ship and it's all the same
Oh, yep,
parts?
yep. Okay.
Or maybe it vice versa. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
A little philosophical. Yeah.
Junk.
Well, with his father. So he doesn't know his dad. Like, he grows up without him.
Naturally.
And then he goes to, I think, Athens, and he meets King Aegeus, which is his dad.
Mm.
And then he's like, I have to go do some other stuff, but when I return to Athens, I'm going to flip my white sails, I think they're white, to gold or something, like to a different color, and if they're flipped, it means that I'm alive. So when you see me coming, father, and you see that the sails are changed, you know that I'm alive.
Mm-hmm.
So my boy Theseus forgets, of course, to change.
100%. I would
yeah.
too.
Oh yeah. So his father is on the cliffs watching and waiting for Theseus to return home, and he sees that the sails are the same, so he kills himself.
Yeah.
And then I think Theseus maybe takes over as king, but I'm not sure. But he's the worst. I hate him a lot. But this book is making me like him a little bit.
That reminds me of when I was in elementary school. My parents were trying to reach me on my cell phone. I did have a cell phone in elementary school, and I didn't ever use it or
No,
really
of
know
course
how
not.
to. And one time it was ringing for like hours, and the ringing sounded just like a little beeping. And I ignored that
Yeah.
because I was like, what is that? Like, I was at my friend's house, we were like, is the oven
Hanging
going
out.
off or something? And then later I found out it was my parents trying to reach me, and they were super pissed. They were like, we thought you were dead on the side of the road somewhere, you know?
Classic.
So it's kind of the same.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same
It's
story.
exact same.
History repeating itself, if you will.
Yeah, I am Theseus.
You're pretty much Theseus.
Which kind of sucks. That's not the Greek character I'd want to be.
No. I mean, like, if we're looking at it, you know, like, he is a hero, you know? He
is.
traveled to Athens on foot, and he killed a bunch of serial killers on the way there.
That's pretty cool.
It's weird that he stumbled into all of these serial killers on the way there, but, you know.
That's convenient.
A bit.
How often do you
run into
a horde of serial killers?
Right.
Are they all together?
No, they were on different destinations throughout the trip to
Damn,
Athens.
so he just has like an internal radar. For
Yeah,
these
it was like
guys.
three killers.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so like it was, which you'll know from Percy Jackson.
Okay.
It's the guy that kicks people off the cliff and then the big turtle eats them.
I
that
do
one.
remember this
And then
guy.
and then the guy that he pulls people apart with the trees, that like
Holy
he bends
shit.
the trees down and then ties their limbs to the trees and then cuts the rope that ties the trees down, and then they fling apart and rip the people in half.
That rocks.
And then there was one more, and I can't remember what the...
That's like being drawn in quarters
Uh-huh.
before the horses.
Yeah.
existed.
So Theseus was like, fuck you, man. And he does the same thing to that guy. So,
Yeah.
which I'm like,
Oh, poetic.
as he should.
Beautiful.
But yeah, that audiobook is pretty good so far.
Okay.
He called this queen that because he became the king, I guess, in Elysium, I think, something like that.
Okay.
But the queen did something. Oh, it's, I guess, tradition in this place. When the king gets killed, the new person that kills him is now the king. So Theseus is the king, and then they're supposed to sleep together to like make it a thing.
Whoa.
But all of the women on this land, they stand outside the door to like wait, I guess, and like
Okay.
watch. or listen or something.
Weird.
Yeah, but this isn't common in like Troyson, which is where Theseus is from. So he
Okay.
rips the door open and
He's like,
freaks
what the
out.
hell is
He
happening here?
spins on the queen and calls her a bald-faced bitch.
Nice. That's a good one.
It was so good.
bald-faced
So
bitch.
I was a little bit bored up until that part, and then I was like, oh,
Like, oh, he's
okay.
kind of silly.
He's kind of cunty.
kind of a bitch.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of them.
Okay, that's book number
That's
one.
book number 1. Like I said, I did just restart The Secret History, so that's number 2.
Okay.
I am reading on Libby, Icarus by Kay Ancrum, which is a reimagining of the Icarus story,
love.
where Icarus is an art thief and he
Oh my
falls in
God.
love with the person that he's stealing art from.
Oh, classic.
Classic. And then I'm also reading a physical book called The Full Moon Coffee Shop, which
Ooh.
is a book about a coffee shop that moves around. It's a magical coffee shop. It's never in the same place once, and
I
it
wanna
is
go
run
there.
entirely by cats.
Oh my god.
And the cats can talk to you.
Oh, you are reading this
I am
one?
reading it.
Okay.
And they give you life advice, and they read your tarot, and they have great customer service. They're very
Holy
good
shit.
cats.
Who's the book? Like, what perspective is it from?
It's from the main character is like a screenwriter and she hates her life. Which is a common theme I've learned in like Japanese stories. Like I've read like 3 books now where the main character is a screenwriter.
what?
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say that they all hate their lives.
And they
or
all hate their
something.
lives, yeah.
Okay,
But
that's
they're
just-
also all
that's
screenwriters.
just part of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so it's her point of view, and she hasn't actually gone to I haven't gotten to the part where she goes to the cafe yet.
Okay.
But this mysterious boy like runs into her and is like,
oh.
you should go to this coffee shop, here you go, and like gives her a business card.
Oh.
And then she like looks at it and then looks up and they're gone,
Holy shit.
and she's like, maybe I should go to this coffee shop, and
Oh my
that's where I've
God.
left off.
Oh, that's so fun.
Right. So that is my 4 books.
What's your favorite of those ones? Like, what's the most entertaining?
The King Must Die is pretty good. However, it is very like historical, so it's a bit
God.
boring. So like there was one part I was driving to work, and it was like 10 minutes of one monologue between Theseus's grandfather telling him about how his mom met his father, and it was so boring.
Yeah, no, I'm.
I
tuned
was
out
like
there.
falling asleep, and I was driving, so I couldn't be falling asleep. So I immediately had to
Like,
turn on
there-
music.
There has to be a way to edit it down.
Right? So I mean, actually, the Icarus one is pretty fun.
Really?
That one's pretty good. But also so is The Secret History, but that's just because I love that book.
From the sound of the Icarus one, I feel like we shouldn't be calling it even a reimagining.
Yeah,
It has nothing to do with the
No.
story at all, other
No.
than the name.
yeah,
But that's okay.
it's fine.
It's fun anyway.
Yeah. Well, the lover, his name is Helios, so the sun, Icarus and the sun. Get it? Do you get it?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
you got that part.
I know. But did the audience get it?
Oh, yes. For clarification,
Helios is the sun.
is he the love interest?
Yes. Helios Black.
So, like, I like that because I like to imagine that Icarus flew too close to the sun because he's like, wow, you're just so hot.
Uh-huh.
And not in a warmth way.
No. Like
But
doing
also,
it, like
yeah, 'cause
picturing
he
it
was
as
sun.
like Apollo being like, come to me, Icarus.
Yeah,
Love.
cute.
Mm-hmm.
But it's not. It's Helios.
It's Helios.
And he's
And I don't actually.
disgusting old creepy man.
Yeah. When does Apollo take over as Helios? I need to know, like,
I'm
what
pretty sure when he was born.
chronologically. When does that happen? When is Apollo born? Is it before Icarus flies too close to the sun or after?
For sure after.
Okay.
For sure. Because, like, I'm pretty sure the twins were born before, like, humans were really around. Right?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. That's for another
Yeah.
episode.
We like Greek mythology a lot. If you
We will be bringing it up.
quite often.
Far more than it needs to be brought up.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what we're digesting
reading.
right now. That's what we're devouring at the
And
moment.
I probably will be reading The Secret History for quite a while. It takes me a minute.
But you're getting there.
I'll get there.
You're getting there.
I've been reading it for about 2 weeks now. Give me 2 more.
Perfect.
I'm in the last section of it, so it'll get really exciting.
Yeah. I feel like when I read it the first time, it took me like 3 weeks because the beginning was boring.
Yeah.
So it took me about a week to like fully get into it.
Nothing happens
Yeah.
for the first 150 pages.
Which is crazy because when I was listening to the audiobook last night, I was like, holy shit, this is good right from the start.
Right, but only
But
because you have
Only
like,
because
the
I know about it.
context.
Yeah.
I see. This is one of those ones where you say you reread it
Mm-hmm.
all the time, and I'm
Mhm.
like, at first I was like, no fucking way. How could you possibly get through this like a bunch of times? But now that a lot
Now
has
you
been
get it.
revealed, I'm like, okay, I understand, because they're dropping little breadcrumbs all over the place.
Like, I didn't realize that Richard is talking about their group, like, from the very beginning.
Right off the bat.
Right off the bat. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Yeah. So I get
It's
it.
so good.
You need to do a little looksies backsies.
Yes, you do. Little looksies backsies. Okay.
Oh my god, what are your favorite books?
Oh, great question.
The audience needs to
The
know
audience
this.
needs to know. Obviously, The Secret History. That's up there.
Really?
It's really good.
Like top 3.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm a big Dark Academia fan, especially if it's a little gay.
I'm getting there. I
Yeah.
understand.
Yeah, you get it. I
I'm
mean,
not inclined toward it.
yeah.
but I do like it.
Mm-hmm. It's so fun.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot. I really like Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky,
Nice.
which is also one of my favorite movies.
Really?
Yes.
That,
Oh,
it's
so
a
good.
movie.
I also really like, which I need to reread it, so maybe it's not my favorite if I reread it, but Under the Whispering Door by T.J. Klune.
Mm-hmm.
That one is about, like, being okay with dying, and it's really good.
Oh, that one is good.
And it's like takes place in a tea shop, and it's really cute. Made me cry. But yeah, I would say that's my top 3. What about you?
Well, okay. Here's the problem, is that anytime I ingest any kind of media, it's gone immediately. So
yeah.
I don't remember a lot
Mhm.
of the books that I've read. But I
That's
do,
fair.
I probably like the books that I want to put in my top 3 spots
Mhm.
are ones with adaptations.
Okay.
Because then I
You can watch them.
watch them
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
So I'd probably put Good Omens up there.
Okay.
By
I forgot you read
Terry
that.
Pratchett and
Neil Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman.
Gaiman.
Neil Gaiman. That one's so fun. It's such a.
Do you think I would like it?
Yeah.
Really?
It's a very specific type of humor.
Okay.
So as long as you get down with that, you're gonna really like it.
Okay. You have it, right?
I do. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need to read that. I'm gonna need to read that.
Also in my top 3, maybe I'd put. I mean, I want to say like one of the Percy Jacksons, but I just don't know
Yeah.
which one.
Yeah.
All of them, the whole series.
That's fine. That works. That's one pick.
The original series, you know.
Mm-hmm.
The offshoots are wonderful, but they're not the same.
Trials of Apollo's the best one.
I disagree. I'm halfway
Percy
through
Jackson
them.
fans, what do you
I
think?
need to take a break.
Oh, so
No. I finished those.
You
I was
did?
thinking of Magnus Chase.
Oh yeah, I
Which is
forgot.
also great and fun, but
Did you just finished the first one, right? Or no, you got to the second one.
I was like halfway through the second one, and then I started Secret History.
Yes.
Oh no! I started Big Swiss after. You know what? I'm putting Big Swiss in my top 3.
Woo!
Big Swiss by Jen Began.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hilarious. It's
Great
so
book.
good.
Great book. Also, Maddie gets all of the recommendations from me, so all of the
100%.
So it's really just my book list.
Yeah,
And
Rye has been spoon feeding me books for about 3 years now.
I curate my recommendations perfectly
Yeah, they're
to
perfect.
you.
She knows what I like.
I do.
I can't argue with that.
Okay, that was two books.
It was 3.
What?
I said Good Omens,
Uh-huh.
Percy Jackson
Oh, yeah.
series, Big Swiss.
Okay.
Although these might all change as soon as I see any other book I've read.
I feel like you really liked I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver.
Oh, I do love
That one
Mason
is really
Deaver.
good.
All of their books are just so perfect to my soul.
Yeah.
So sweet. So fun.
Did you read OK Cupid yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
I really am looking forward to that one.
The cool thing about my job is I get a bunch of ARCs, which, if you don't know what that means, it is advanced reader copies. So before books get sold, we get a chance to take them home and keep them. This is where I've been getting all of my books because they're free, and it's so fun to have a book that nobody else has.
Yeah. Ray just gave me one that doesn't even come out until next month, and I
Mhm.
feel like a criminal.
Yeah.
I feel like a fugitive on the loose.
Mm-hmm.
It's awesome.
Yeah. So
Definitely recommend working at undisclosed. Oh, you gotta stop doing that.
sorry.
Undisclosed book chain.
Yeah, definitely work there if you can.
All right. Well,
Okay.
I think this was a good little warm up here.
I think so too.
What do you guys think? Do you like this? Do you like us?
Do you like us?
Please,
Please.
we need it.
So what we want to do is every week-ish tell you the books that we're going to cover in the next episodes. So hopefully if you guys are interested, you can read the book and then be a part of the conversation. Except
Yes.
not actually, because you're not going to be talking.
You don't get to talk.
You
to
don't get
us.
to talk.
You can talk to us in the comments.
Yeah. And like I think it'd be cool to like make an email. You know?
Yeah.
Like people can send us things and
Yeah,
be
you
like,
guys
what the
can recommend?
what the fuck were you talking about with
Yes.
this and this? And I'd be like, man, I don't know.
You guys can recommend us stuff
Yeah.
to talk about, books and things.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
So
okay. Well,
next time we're gonna be talking about The Pairing by Casey McQuiston.
I'm so excited. I think you guys are gonna have fun with this one.
The one after that is going to be Tender is the Flesh by Augustina Bazterrica.
That one's gonna be rough.
That one
We're all
is a
gonna get
bit.
through this
It's going to be a lot of trigger warnings for that one.
Yes.
And then after that, what are we doing, Maddie?
We're doing Fear and Loathing. I'm really excited about this because it's another one with an adaptation. And this is something we wanted to do on this show is usually Rye is going to drive the boat and take us through the stories. But every once in a while, I'm going to have a little moment.
A little something
to
to
talk
say.
about my movies.
Mm-hmm.
But Fear and Loathing is a crazy book, and the author has a crazy backstory, so I'm excited to talk about it.
What's the author's name?
His name is Hunter S. Thompson,
Okay.
but he also goes by Raoul Duke.
Okay.
It's his pen name.
Love. I
Yeah.
love a pen name.
Yeah.
Okay. Sweet.
All right.
Well, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We'll see you guys next time.